everyone. Welcome to episode 19 of the DoodleCast. I am your host, Swinky. Hi. It's so nice to have you here with us. Yes, you heard me right. I said us. It's plural. I'm not alone. I'm never alone because I'm here with Pyuu. Pyuu, say hi.
Hi.
Good job.
Thank you. I've been practicing. I spent the last 2 weeks rehearsing my highs.
Yeah, when you're told to say hi, you just say hi.
Yeah.
Good job.
I've got a question for you, darling.
Ask me.
I will. But I want you to know before I ask you that it is semi-rhetorical. So if you don't answer it, that's okay.
Okay.
I want you to feel no pressure to or not to answer this question.
Okay.
Are we good?
We're good.
All right. The question.
Ask Pyuu.
I will. I'd love to. Do you think, therefore do you are, that the audience has noticed anything a little different about this episode? Something perhaps a little cooler. You're looking pretty cool right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And do you know why I'm cool?
Oh, I could even write a book about that.
Because I'm in a house that's hot outside. But I'm cool. So in contrast, just temperature-wise. No, of course not. It's because I'm wearing goggles.
Are you now? They look quite a bit like sunglasses.
What's the difference? Goggles, glasses, sunglasses, tinted glasses. They're all the same.
Visors, hats, chapeaux,
I'm wearing a
earmuffs,
hat on my
scarves.
Do we have sunglasses on our nature cam?
Let's check with the nature cam right now. It turns out the nature cam is a total dork. No sunglasses right now, not even goggles. I know.
You don't have anything except perfect functionality.
And
Thank
nature.
you for taking good
But here's the
videos of the
thing.
nature.
The nature cam better get back into the classroom because it's appropriately cool for school, but you and I are both too cool for school. How are you doing? How's your week going?
I'm well. I'm very happy to be back this week. It's a better week. I'm feeling very energetic and ready to take on another month. We marked a year since my arrival
Yes, it's your
in
1 year
Merca.
anniversary. You've been here exactly almost a little bit more than a year at this point. Funny that you would describe yourself as super energetic this week. I didn't see much evidence of that, but we'll leave it rest.
What I would say, I'm more energy than last week. Yes.
By comparison, yeah, you're positive. You're the crazy gremlin in Gremlins 2 at this point.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back, baby.
So
Did you miss us? I
get
hope
the
so.
party started.
Huh? Oh. I'm coming up.
That's the one. Yes. How do you like America? 1 year in, half of it spent outside of the house, half of it spent inside of the house. What are your thoughts on the United States of America, the land that I call home, my alma mater of patriotism?
Well,
E pluribus unum.
If I may, it's a lot
not only may you, I pray that you will.
Okay. E pluribus unum.
Yes.
One for all?
Out of many one.
Okay. I just translate Latin randomly. I like it here. I do love America. Maybe it is because we did those road trips and I got to just meet regular people living their lives. When you're in the city, it's
real salt of the earth folk.
Yeah, people just going about their business every day. They work at factories or small office buildings. It's not everyone lives in the city. So it was really nice to see America. And I think that's why I have what might be considered a rosy opinion of America. I'm very much in love with this country. I love being here. And I hope that the country continues to improve and learn from its mistakes and own up to the lessons that it's been forced to learn over the centuries.
I maintain that if every American did a road trip from their home to Los Angeles to New York, back to their home, never landing on the same road twice, whether they're going east or west or north or south, we would have peace in this nation so quickly. Yeah. Because once you leave your county and see how many other people are just trying to live their goddamn lives with that.
Yeah.
And
Most people just going about their lives. And this is the thing about America. It's so vast. Every state really is a country.
Yeah. There's many countries in here. Texas is a different country from New York State, is a different country from California State.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's different from Alaska. These are different countries we're talking about.
Yeah, and all y'all are all sewn together by this one Monica, which is that you are all Americans. So
yes.
I know it's hard. In Kenya, we have 43 tribes, 43 recognized tribes, and even we have issues with tribalism and everything because it's that's just how it is. People are different, therefore you have suspicions, and some of those suspicions have been handed down for centuries, and we've just learned how to live with each other, and we have to remind ourselves sometimes because you forget, and there are always people who are willing and ready and able to take advantage of those differences to cause divisions, but they don't always have to be divisions. They can just be differences.
Well, let's do a little bit of healing on the DoodleCast, shall we?
Yeah.
Now you are Kikuyu, is that correct?
That's right.
All right. Now what would you say the other tribes hate the most about Kikuyu?
Well, from what I've heard, what I heard growing up is that we love money and we love land, and we'll do anything to get either one.
Well,
yeah.
Here's a solution. Why don't y'all stop loving money and loving land, and then it'll be better.
I don't think that's how it works. So what happens is people befriend Kikuyus and then become business partners. So everyone. I mean, we all learn from each other. There's also this saying. It's well known that if you grow up eating fish, especially good fish, the omega-3s are just good for your brain. They just are. So a lot of people who are from the coastal communities and from the lakeside communities, riverside, they are said to be smarter in general, and they're just better with words and language, and and so you can learn from that. I admire my people. I love Kenyans so much, and I wish that we didn't hate each other because of our differences. I really wish we would recognize them as strengths that we can use for the betterment of our country as a whole. I do wish, but then it's so profitable for people to sow divisions. So I don't know if there's a way to get past that. But anyway, I'm simplifying things and I'm too simplistic, but I have never had trouble with people because of the tribe they're from. That has always been alien to me and crazy to me, except this one time, if I may, baby.
You may.
Am I going off on too much of a tangent?
No. I'm just listening.
Yeah, we had clashes in 2007, 2008 after some contested elections. And I remember my mom, who loved everyone and who was kind and giving, was so scared of her neighbors because they were of another tribe. So what had been happening was on the native language radios for the different tribes, every tribe has its own radio station. So they were inciting violence, and people would just attack you because you're not from their tribe. So my mom was saying, I just want to move from Nairobi, where there are all kinds of people and people from all tribes. And she said, I just want to go and live among our people so that I don't have to worry about someone coming in the middle of the night and slashing my head off because I'm not from their tribe. And I thought, how effective is that kind of
scaremongering?
Yeah, I didn't even. What's the right word for it, baby? When people really just go to the core of who you are, that thing that you cannot change, and then turn that into a weapon. They weaponize it, and they turn you against each other. And it just really comes from this. I don't know. It's almost like an animal rage that takes over people and makes them forget that they're living in a community with people they buy tomatoes from, you know? Yeah. Visceral is what I was going for.
I was thinking like that might be identity politics, where your core being is your political affiliation, is life or death, is the easiest way to manipulate a person, is to trick them into thinking that that's true. Right.
And because it is true. They are from that tribe or from that affiliation.
And just so we're clear, I want to be very, very clear about this. That goes for all sides of all political spectra. Liberal, conservative, left, right, Democratic, Republican in America. if you have your identity tethered to your political affiliation, you are the easiest person to manipulate in the world.
Easy, yeah.
Your feelings are not yours, your thoughts are not yours, your actions are not yours, and you have handed them over to a higher power. You dummy.
Yeah, you are basically a robot who's waiting for instructions. And they are filtered through the media or whatever medium you use to whip you up into that fervor.
And that's what it sounds like when you're talking about tribes ready to massacre other tribes.
Yeah.
Because of an election.
Right.
That sounds like...
Because of an election. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. These people in power, they just keep changing powers and switching it from one person to the other. So it really doesn't matter what happens to us. So why don't we just take
You're ready
care of
to
each
die
other?
for that person? That's like being ready to die for Calvin Klein or something. Like, just so many billions of miles away from being concerned about you. And you're ready to die and kill for that person.
Right.
Get real.
No.
Let's check the nature cam.
The nature cam? Did I get too deep?
There.
I hope it's not too deep, baby.
No. We just go to the nature cam to kind of reset as we get into the honors.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I say this every week, or every time we record a podcast. Patreons, thank you. We love you. We honor you. Thank you for your support every month. It doesn't matter how much you give. We're just happy that there are people who believe in us enough to support us.
And they are?
Maida-san, Cheryl Burns, hi. Oh, and congratulations on the baby. Jeremy, Margot, Jan, Marta, Jeannie and Jean, Andrew, Rima, Selena, Emily, Mama Jessie, and Baby Jessie.
That was beautifully done, darling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
You're always towing a very delicate line of the pomp at the beginning and then the circumstance, the list of names. And I always worry that you're overdoing it on the pomp and the circumstance will get short shrift, but you pull it off.
I wrap it up.
You usually nail the landing.
Yes. You know why, Pyuu?
I do not know why.
It's because I'm cool.
You are pretty darn cool. Hey.
Ding! Yes?
Am I looking pretty cool?
You're very cool.
Hey, why don't we take this cool bus down to Commentopia?
I am ready.
Willing?
And able. Yeah. Wait, I don't have music for Commentopia?
No, we've never had music for Commentopia.
I think it's time to get music for Commentopia.
We're getting copyright strikes left and right. Your suggestion is that we add more music to the show?
If I may, those copyright strikes were unfounded.
They
withdrew them. Yeah.
Yes, and they rightfully so.
Shame on you for trying to make money off of nothing.
Shame.
Okay. So, I did a doodle.
All the doodah day, explaining my experience with a fly that found its way into the house, and it was the most energetic, most annoying, most persistent fly I've ever seen. So I got my slapping cloth and I was chasing it around the house trying to kill it. Hey, Swinky busting out the old slapping cloth.
Yes, I have a slapping cloth. I use it to
come on, who doesn't have a slapping cloth?
I use it to slap insects out of the house. Okay, flying ones. The ones on the floor, you can just smash them. All right, so I got a comment from Fuzzy Spirals. Thank you. On Instagram, she said, if y'all have a fan, open a window and point it outside. The fly will follow the air current and go back out. I do this almost every day. Lol. So
if I may.
Would you like to use the fan in that way? Yes, you may.
So if you're doing this every day, it doesn't sound that effective now, does it, Fuzzy Spirals?
Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to post that part of the podcast to Instagram and ask her.
Oh, are we calling her out? Are we spilling some tea?
Oh, you're calling her out. I'm all for it. I was planning to. I was already asking you if we were going to use the fan for that. Okay, I'm going to talk about our fan. Pyuu bought a fan that is the loudest,
proudest,
biggest,
and here to get the friction outest,
biggest machine in the house. But it blows air like this.
For all the volume, it sounds like an F-16 taking off. It could not disturb a strand of silk. Or even a web. It would just remain perfectly still. Yes. But the sound, good Lord, the noise. It's like a squad of albatrosses taking off. if you ever need a high voltage white noise machine that does not disturb the air in any way, call me. I've got a deal for you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to make a big fan, just make the fan work like a big fan. I thought because it's industrial size, it would be causing hurricanes in the house. Nope.
You want to check the nature cam?
Yes. All
right, there's the nature cam. Not much going on today. I did see the squirrel about 15 minutes before we recorded.
You're cutting into my news. I wanted to talk about the squirrel.
Let's get into... Noteworthy, the only section that's all about me.
I like this section.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. If you remember, we're talking about the film project.
I have my pen and pencil ready.
Dilate. When we last left off, we had just discovered that the main characters, Bailey and Kyle, had stumbled on a... you know what? I better start the clock. That's the whole point of this segment.
Yeah.
Bailey and Kyle had started on a... Had stumbled on a cabin in the woods that seems to be populated by about 5 or 6 people. And what they discover is that all of those people are convicts who have escaped jail and are now living off the grid. This is like a fabled place that whispers around in jail, and they're all hiding there. So Bailey and Kyle find that they are in worse shape than they ever imagined. And that is when they realize that the virus that has infected and destroyed 98% of the population... they've got it. They are carriers. And
how do they discuss? Wait, no. This is your time.
No. Please ask questions. What Bailey realizes is that Kyle has been hiding it from her throughout their journeys. That he has managed to keep the infection off the radar to her. And what the infection does is it breaks how your brain perceives time. So, what will happen is it takes you from trauma to trauma. So they try to cut poor Bailey's head off, and right before that happens, she is taken back to the moment when at the dinner table they shoot Kyle in the head. So she finds herself in this endless loop of these convicts torturing her, and eventually coming to the conclusion that they have to kill her, only to be taken back to the beginning of the timeline again to live it again and again and again. And that's what the virus does, and that's what collapsed human society.
Oh no, this sounds like a nightmare.
Indeed it does. What are your thoughts?
I wonder, does the same thing happen to Does the same thing happen to the convicts? Are they also going through their own traumas? Are they also going from trauma to trauma?
I don't want no trauma. No trauma. No trauma. Trauma. Yes, but the infection takes a little bit longer on the convicts to take hold, because there's a gestation period where you'll be like a little fuzzy maybe sometimes, but it isn't until well into the development cycle of the disease that time starts to invert and flip-flop and break down for you.
So what if they have already killed her, but she's just reliving all of this trauma in her head as she's dead? Because for the convicts, nothing has changed for them, right? They just have these 2 people that came in who are sick, and now...
I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint.
Okay.
Because I still haven't figured all of it out. It gets very complicated. Once the time loops start happening, how you show that and how you give the audience an understanding of what they're experiencing, it's a difficult web to weave. But one of the things I think about a lot, and Kyle mentions this in the early days of their traveling alone, is how I perceive the human experience. And this goes back to free will, and I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. I'll talk at Ben Shapiro speeds, if that'll help us get through this.
Oh, here we go. I've put on my seatbelt.
But I promise you, not at Ben Shapiro levels of stupidity.
Oh my!
No. So this idea that like how you measure your transport through life is, so I like to think of it as a million strands of string coming out of your belly button and going in all directions. And each one is another possible course of action that you could take, right? So maybe there's the version where you go to get that hamburger, and there's a version where you go to get a hamburger and fries, and the one where you walk and the one where you drive. So there are all these different possible outcomes of your life. And what our brain is really, really good at is simulating how, this is something I believe truly, it's simulating how all of these strings will play out. But none of them actually do. Coming out of your back is a single thread, and it's just white. So these are all rainbow colors, all millions of different colors, all the colors of the spectrum coming out of your belly button, and those are all simulated. But there's really only one white one coming out of your back as you travel forward through time. So which is the past. The past, which is unchangeable.
Yeah.
So there's this confusion I have, not confusion, but kind of like this wall that I've hit in logic and rational thinking, and that is that we don't actually have free will. We have one white thread coming out the back and one white thread coming out the front, and our brain is so hyper efficient at simulating outcomes that it can run very realistic simulations in the subconscious and tell us which one it thinks is probably the best route to go in any given moment. But there's only one route that you can go, because there's only one route that we have gone. So what this disease does is push that subconscious thought pattern into the conscious mind. So I'm not exactly sure how time is actually happening. There's the moment where Orson, the leader of the house, shoots Kyle in the head. And this is the most traumatic thing that Bailey has ever experienced in that, in her life. Now, is her subconscious running dozens of simulations in the time it takes for a gun to fire, and only one of them is real? Or, like, how does that work? How does this play out in real time? And then how do their other times start breaking down as they start perceiving what's going on in the subconscious mind? And that's as far as I've gotten on this script, and I'm very stuck. So if this thing pulls through, it will be a miracle of writing.
Yeah, I wish there were books I could recommend on studying, time.
There's one.
A Brief History of Time?
No! What? I mean, that one's cute and all, but 100 Years of Solitude will give you the actual answers to the human condition.
My Pyuu! I'm really enjoying that book.
DoodleCast, or not DoodleCam, NatureCam?
NatureCam, and then please
you ready for the news?
Usher in the newscaster.
It's time for the news. It's 22 minutes already. We got to burn through the news.
Usher in the newscaster.
I will usher in the news like I am Auld Lang Syne ushering in a new year.
Okay. Of course, I'm not wearing sunglasses for the news.
I can't be seen with such a dork.
I'm serious. I'm not a dork.
Excuse
me.
No. Okay.
This is my segment.
No. If I'm this cool and you're whatever that is, I take it back. You have outcooled me. Nothing is cooler than not wearing the sunglasses that you're wearing.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Or wearing them differently.
Yeah, but to have them on your head but not on your eyes, like you're too cool for even sunglasses?
Yeah.
Okay, I will shut my mouth. Let's set you up again.
I made muffins using flaxseed flour.
Not very cool dropping the pen, but we'll let you go.
I have backup.
Okay.
using flaxseed flour. Okay, the reason I use flaxseed flour is Pyuu is gluten-free, so I cannot use anything that has gluten in it, and we still haven't found all-purpose flour that's gluten-free. Anyway, so I made flaxseed flour muffins, and I failed. And then I tried again.
Very not cool, the failure?
Yeah, that was really bad. Pyuu, I remember I said, Pyuu, they're not good. And he said, okay, but they smell so nice because they had cinnamon in them. So Pyuu peeled off cinnamon in them. So Pyuu opened one of the muffins.
So
and
excited.
He bit into it. And he went straight to the bathroom. I don't know. Did you spit it out?
No. I swallowed. I'm a real man.
Oh, you
I
poor
swallow.
boy. You poor boy. The only way I was able to eat one of those muffins was by pouring maple syrup on it, which is a bad idea. So what we did was I threw them away. I tried again, and they were perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
Yes.
The first ones, it was like somebody had put seawater into muffin form.
My problem was I hadn't tasted it. I didn't. You know, you're supposed to dip your finger or something and at least lick to
Dip
know
your
how
finger or something into the batter.
Yeah, to know how it tastes. But I didn't do that because I'm new to baking, see? But now I'm
Yeah, I'm new to baking. See? What was that?
Now
You'll never catch
I'm
me,
the
copper.
muffin queen because from now henceforth I will be tasting. Tell me, do you taste what you're making always? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Next news, Adka. We drove out to rural LA. I call it rural LA because it's still Los Angeles, but a little bit outside of the town center. And there were these stone structures. People had put stones on top of each other, and
I'd say statues more than structures. Structures like makes it feel like a building or something.
Oh no, it's just people
They're
putting
little
one rock on
statues.
the other. Yes, one rock on top of the other. And so Pyuu took us there just for a little trip to get out of the house so that we don't get too stir crazy. And then where we were there, we saw there was a sign, but it was facing away from the road, a sign saying thank you to Elon Musk for space exploration.
This is true. The sign, there's one side faced the road and had a quote of Yoda, but the other side faced like this, maybe like 3 square yards of crappy desert dusty.
Yeah, and a dead cat.
Like Elon Musk is going to be walking around this tiny little plot of land with a dead animal on it and see the sign and be like, hey.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. I did do that, didn't I?
I don't know how he sounds. All right.
Oh, he sounds exact. Hey, look at that.
You're welcome.
Smells like dead cat, but you're welcome.
Next news article.
Whoa, I'm not even ready. What's the next news article, Swinky? I'm Elon Musk.
Well, I'm Elon Musk's friend, and I talk normally.
Oh, are you that singer girl that I like to date and do LSD with and tweet about, and then my stocks plummet?
What?
Grimes. You must be Grimes.
Okay, I don't know how she sounds, but here we go. Did you know that squirrels can walk upside down on a tree? We're used to seeing them climbing upwards, head first. But have you seen them coming down? They come down head first too. Now you know.
Everywhere a squirrel goes, it goes head first, just like SpaceX.
Just like the rockets that Elon Musk is making. I mean, just like the space rockets that I'm making. They go head first.
2 Elon Musks at one table?
At one table? What's with the one table? It's like the way Californians say, yeah, you took the 2.
They don't ever
They don't say that.
like that, no.
Yeah, you take the 2 and then you go to the 101 and then
I've got
you
a
go
question,
to the
darling.
105 and then switch over to the 202 and then it takes you back to the 2.
They're not all the 2, first of all. You're getting less cool by the minute. You might have to give up the sunglasses.
Okay. I'm done with the news.
Okay, so there's no more news.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I can be cool.
Show me.
I'm no longer a learned newscaster.
First of all,
I'm now
totally lame. Less lame. The opposite of lame.
Yeah, I'm so unlame. I'm Emal.
Emal.
Emal?
Yeah.
The opposite of lame.
And a while ago, you were Luke.
Wait, now I'm Luke. Wait, no. When I was Luke, I was uncool. Yeah, my own logic. I know. Pyuu sighed exasperatedly. Don't be exasperated, baby.
You know.
What, you want me to keep up?
Yeah, with my genius brain.
Bah! I'm cool now.
You are. You're very cool.
I'm email.
You are email. You're the portrait of email.
Bah! You're making it uncool.
Let's check the nature cam, shall we?
Yes.
Looking good out there.
You might be lucky and you see the squirrel going down head first.
No, he's not doing it. He was doing it right before we pressed record.
Really?
Yeah.
He's shy. Do you think he knows that there's a camera?
Yes, I think squirrels not only understand what cameras are, but where they are as well, and they keep track of that and they communicate it to each other.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Aren't you the one who told me that he looked you square in the face when you caught him eating a fig?
Oh, is it time for my news?
Yes.
I saw a squirrel eating a fig, and he looked at me, and he went like, ugh. And then I kept watching him, and he kept looking at me, and then he went, ugh.
He turned away from you. You made him shy.
Yes, and then he ate the rest of his fig in private.
Baby, can you imagine if you were somewhere, let's say in a park?
I can imagine if I was somewhere.
Let's say in a park.
Okay.
And you're just chowing down, chomping on your sandwich. And then someone just comes and stands and looks at you. Are you putting yourself in the shoes?
You know what I would do?
In the paws of this squirrel? What would you do?
In the head first paws? I would go, ugh.
It's uncomfortable. I understand this squirrel. We should give him a name. I called him Jerry.
That's a good name for a squirrel.
Yeah? All
right, listeners, readers, if you want to participate in the ever-evolving show that is the DoodleCast, send in your possible names for a squirrel.
Yes.
And if we like any of them, we'll pick a winner, and you get a shout-out on the show. What an honor.
Yes, that's what you will get. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. We love you, and we want you to take care of yourselves, okay? And be cool.
Yeah, go get some freaking sunglasses, dorks. Get out there and live your best life.
Yes. Improvise. If you don't have sunglasses close at hand,
tape a couple of jars to your face.
Yeah. Yes. Jars will work.
If you don't have jars, just grab a couple of hubcaps.
What are those?
On the tires.
Baby. What kind of advice is that?
Cool advice.
We love you.
Bye.